Olivia went live last night and spilled the tea. Let's just say some things allegedly happened in Cody's mom shed.
Is going to be a very long live.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
We have time.
I have time.
We have time.
And if this gets put down, I'm going to go on my backup. And if that gets put down, I'm going to my Instagram. So I'm just putting this out here.
Yeah. We just want this to be done. We're done.
I thought this was Gabbie and Olivia drama. Tori just wants attention.
Done.
Good. But so she sent in the group chat with G and V that
her mother-in-law.
Yeah. Hey, and this was August 2nd at 11:18 a.m. on a Tuesday. It said, "Hey, I just realized I'm out of money for your laundromat. I'm going to start dyeing everything now and go later. Is there any way I could get it from one of you?" G said, "I just gave you $90 on Thursday. Is it already gone?" Olivia said, "Yeah." She said, "What are you dyeing? The board should have been finished last night. There should be nothing left to dye." And she said, "Iced coffee, plant lady, beautiful as in a size. I went home early last night. We only did what we could do." Which, by the way, she was told that she was an independent contractor, so she could leave when she wants, by the way. But let that be known. But V said, "Did the t-shirts get delivered?" "Hope so. I'm finished." And then Olivia goes, "I'm finished up on the test today and also dyeing all the boo-boo shirts. The shirts did get delivered." And I want you guys to see that this is not fake.
Well, actually, holding it up.
Oh, you know what? Guys? There you go. There you go. Okay. And then...
let me see if it's... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then this one... I know it's backwards, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. And we're just going to do this really fast. Okay, so this, what was made last night? And then it's like...
Oh, it goes from... Yeah.
There. And then, so after that one, it's this. So it's this long-ass paragraph. And so I'm going to read this because... this has always pissed me off. Because it's like, what the fuck? Anyway, so, because one, why schedule to come in and work at night if you already worked and aren't willing to stay to make sure everything gets completed? Not to mention, no one ran the night shift plan by anyone after I had a conversation with you Sunday about how we need to move away from night shift. Then Monday, you're like, "We're meeting here at 9. Like, you completely disregard what I say about anything. There was number 2, there was a beautiful isn't a size implant lady in the board last night. There is no reason that couldn't have been finished between 3 people. And it's like, I just don't know. That's weird, considering she makes her own hours. And then,
wait,
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then... 3 people. Iced coffee didn't get added until this morning. I'm starting to feel like this is a big fat joke and no one treats this as a real job.
Like, are you serious? And
I'm getting pretty frustrated.
I was literally working almost 12 to 16 hours a day for her, and
working
it's
your
just fucking ass off. Working my ass off. And so I would go in the mornings, work a full entire 8-hour shift. And in this text message, she's mad because I went back in after my 8-hour shift to work more hours and
to make sure it got done.
It didn't get done. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stay that long to do it. I had already been awake that day since 7 a.m. And so this is
You're fine. It says, yes, there was a reason for it. This is Olivia. Yes, there was a reason for it not to be finished between 3 people. Not everyone wanted to stay late. There was a lot of shirts on the board. We got done with what we could. You're not paying anyone core unworked hours. We got shit done. As far as I know, Jay really only can work at night. And with me not meeting the new girl, I didn't want to meet her alone. I wanted to meet her with Jay. So we all decided to meet up, and that was the best time. It won't happen again. I'm so sorry. Where is it? Okay. I'm so sorry. And then she goes, and then this is the next part. Okay. Which is why I said
didn't we already read this? Yeah, we did read this.
No. Oh.
Yeah, we did.
Was it all fucked? I don't think... I'm sorry.
That was it. Like, it goes down.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry to and work today. Me. I guess we forgot that I'm an able-bodied person who also knows how to die. Not trying to get in anyone's ass, but this shit has absolutely no structure at all. And it's like
why? Okay, you never come into work.
It's your business.
Why would I ask you to come in and help when you literally...
You were the manager. That was your...
I was the manager. Yeah, but also like... Damn.
Yeah, and this cannot continue moving forward. After today, there won't be much on the board for the rest of the week, so I will reach out to you with the schedule, and I will reach out to D and J with theirs. Olivia,
this is in July, by the way.
Yeah, this is in July. Or, well, no, it's August, I think.
When we had COVID.
This is August 2nd, after.
Yeah.
This was after. I think it was after you made that shitty video, too.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. I just sent it. Confusing.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Olivia said, well, it was really fun meeting the new girl last night. She was super nice. I'm glad that we all seem to get along. I didn't know. I feel like there's been structure. I come in every day and I do my job. Everything gets done. I'm sorry I wasn't willing to work 10 plus hours yesterday to get everything done. If anything, I feel like we're pretty caught up. V told me last night that we're all caught up on orders except for 200, which is what we're getting tie-dyed right now. I'd be happy if I were you with how smoothly everything is now running. I hadn't had a chance to meet the new girl. That's why I didn't ask. And then, what did she say next? Is it the worky one?
Just keep sliding this way.
Okay. And then, here we go. I didn't realize you were the one who should tell me if things are not running so smoothly. Thanks for the motivational speech. No one asked you to come in and work 10 plus hours. That is a schedule you made for yourself. In captions, by the way.
Made for myself, but if I didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. If I didn't stay all day, I would get bitched at for things not getting done consistently. I was always getting bitched at for things not getting done. And so...
Literally, and Olivia goes, well, if I don't work 10 plus hours and not everything gets done and you get mad at me, it takes me almost 6 hours in the morning to do the laundry mat. It takes almost 4 to tie-dye 180 shirts. And then it goes, geez, you obviously aren't comprehending anything I'm saying, and this conversation has zero value at this point. And then Olivia goes, same here, because she was done. And then G goes, why go back... Sorry. Why go back and worky when you too tired to worky? Does that make sense?
And it's like, I was busting my ass for you. Like, couldn't you be a little grateful that I was even coming in and working 10 plus hours? Like, yeah, I'm a contractor, but I was getting my job threatened when I wouldn't come to work.
She was a contractor, but she was a manager that, like... had a boss. It's like, how are you an independent employer? Like, I don't know how
she treated me like it was a boss, as if I worked not in a
1099.
Yeah,
like that. I don't know, that's weird. And then Olivia
it just frustrates me because it's like, I busted my fucking ass. I went from working all the fucking time. Like, I went from working a normal job to literally working 10 to 16 hours a fucking day for her. And then she's gonna, like, always coming at me, like, if things weren't getting done properly. And it's like, oh, she's sitting there like, well, I'm an able person. I can come in and help. It's like, I shouldn't have to be able to tell you to come in and to help with your business. This is your business. Like, I shouldn't be getting yelled at because things aren't getting done. You should just be coming in and helping me because you know I'm staying those 10 plus hours. And then you're gonna tell me, oh, you don't need to stay those 10 plus hours. You're an independent contractor. Okay, so then I'm just gonna let it fall onto you and then practically lose my job.
Pavloved. It's literally Pavlov. Like, I swear
it's like,
to God.
what the fuck, dude?
And then, like, Olivia tried to go home and she would be like, I gotta take my dogs out. And because she would sleep over there. Like, she would not sleep. Like, there were so many times you did overnighters. So many fucking times. And you would stay on live and you would create revenue, like being like, hey guys, this blah, blah, blah. Not sleeping, smoking like a pack of cigarettes and not eating anything. Like, your dogs are literally stuck in the house because
and it's like, we have no structure. She was like, we have no structure in the business and everything. And I was like, I mean, I literally work on your mother-in-law's property. She's, technically my boss as well. First of all, and also, I loved her. I loved her.
That is true.
I did. She stayed silent about a lot of things, but I think she stayed silent only because that's her mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Like, That's her daughter-in-law. She's saying we have no structure. And it's like, you literally were hooking up with inside of your mother-in-law's shed while I was on the clock as an employee, okay? On the clock as an employee. And had me turn out the lights, had me play music on my phone, and it's all one room like a studio. And it's like, we have no structure. I just watched you cheat on your husband in your mother-in-law's shed on my job while I'm on the clock. It's like, come on, dude. Like, it's like I had already been dealing with this shit for so much and so ready that I was just like, I was done at this point. I really was. I was like, ugh.
Yep. And then so Olivia goes, why not be grateful to have people that are willing to come in to help your business? She goes, this pisses me off. I'm paying you, ? Quit, ? Olivia goes,
a little longer.
I know. Sorry, guys.
No, don't be sorry.
Sorry, y'all.
Don't be sorry.
But
don't be sorry.
I'm just pissed. I remember having to stay fucking silent about all of this shit. I'm serious. And she goes, I'm paying you, ? Quit, ? Olivia said, making fun of me is not the right way to communicate. Please communicate better. G says, I'm communicating. You just don't get it. And I tried to call with no answer.
And I was like, I'm not going to talk to you on the phone when you're just going to berate me and literally get in my face, belittle me on the phone and twist the entire story to make it to where you have to take zero accountability for what you've done.
Always.
And it's on me.
Always.
With every single fight. And so for those of you asking why I haven't hit her up since we stopped being friends is because I'm not, first of all, never giving her my number. I have her blocked on everything. So does she. She has me blocked on everything. I'm not going to reach out to somebody that has twisted every single thing and created so many lies and created so much chaos in my life for so long. I'm not going to reach back out to them. I'm not going to allow them to have a source back into my life. I'm sorry. Respect is given. And it's like, I have been given no respect. She was like, we have no structure in the business and everything. And I was like, I mean, I literally work on your mother-in-law's property. She's, technically my boss as well. First of all, and also, I loved her. I loved her.
That is true.
I did. She stayed silent about a lot of things, but I think she stayed silent only because that's her mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Like, that's her daughter-in-law. She's saying we have no structure. And it's like, you literally were hooking up with inside of your mother-in-law's shed while I was on the clock as an employee, okay? On the clock as an employee. And had me turn out the lights, had me play music on my phone, and it's all one room like a studio. And it's like, we have no structure. I just watched you cheat on your husband in your mother-in-law's shed on my job while I'm on the clock. It's like, come on, dude. Like, it's like I had already been dealing with this shit for so much and so ready that I was just like, I was done at this point. I really was. I was like,
mediator. If you want to speak with V later and we have a group meeting, I think that would probably be best. Yeah, Olivia said this. She said, because obviously you're not understanding my side either. I'm not going to communicate with somebody that's just going to make fun of me over text. And then time passed. And then this is the next thing that she comments. No, this was before. Olivia.
No, this was the next thing.
No, look, June or July. And then these are August. These other ones.
So this was, okay, so we skipped ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what was just said was...
Actually, yeah, there was a whole part before this. So everything that we just read was the second part.
After this. So, let me see. So this was the thing that, this was when Olivia had COVID. And, goes, I said one thing about Tori making me uncomfortable. And then this comes up on Reddit. And it is this comment that was on the old Reddit. And she said, the thing was, I said one thing about Tori making me uncomfortable. Then this comes up on Reddit. And she says, sounds a lot like you. And then Olivia showed her Reddit profile. And
proving that it wasn't me.
It's not her. Like, bro, we were sitting together when we were like, and then we like knew this shit was gonna happen because like I literally took a screenshot on my phone before she texted because I knew this shit, bro. I tried to stay out of this shit. Olivia literally kept me away because I had a bad taste in my mouth after March. Okay, after March.
Not March this year.
No,
March
before.
Before I had even started
when
working.
Olivia was running around fucking Whole Foods with her head chopped off. And then Olivia goes, this is my Reddit. I'm not talking about anything online. I'm keeping my life private. I haven't even been checking Reddit. I really don't understand how you think I'm just not even a friend anymore. It's like you don't even trust me, and I've done nothing to lose your trust. She said, let me guess. You went and already told Tori what I said then. And it's like,
well, you're doing this as I'm in a conversation with Tori.
Yeah, I was over at her house.
Like we were sitting there on the couch talking to each other.
We would hang out.
When I talk to her, it's not like I'm talking shit. Like I tell you what's going on. Mm-hmm. I show you what the text messages are like, and then I get advice. Like that's all I ever did with Tori. Like
she was
when I come to you, it wasn't to come and every time I went to her, it wasn't come to.
Grateful.
I was trying to save my friendship the entire year.
What am I doing wrong?
Yes,
literally. What am I doing wrong? What can I do better?
Yes.
Do you know how many times I've heard that out of her mouth? How can I be more grateful? How can I show her I care? How can I show her that this is important?
Every situation I came to her and was like, what do I do to fix this? Because the last thing I wanted to do was lose her as a friend.
She fucking stayed so far. Like, I'm serious. She stayed for so long. She tried so hard. But she goes, let me guess. You went and already told Tori what I said then. She said, Olivia said, I don't want to lose you as a friend, and I feel like you're kicking me away. And she goes, she's asleep, stop going crazy. The reason that Olivia said that was because she was so fucking scared that this bitch was going to pull up, which in the future, she did. She did, by the way. Let that be known, like, in this March, she did. After the whole...
They know.
Yeah, okay. But... anyways, she said, she's asleep, stop going crazy. That's what Olivia said to G. And she goes, stop going crazy, ? And then Olivia goes, I don't understand what is all happening. I'm not even on Reddit. And now you're asking me if I went online and talked shit. What friend would I be to do that? I asked a question and now I'm crazy. Okay, Olivia. Let's go. Back to your other thing. I wonder, are we disconnected, y'all?
I don't know. It's still going, so I say we just stay on here.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So, I asked a question, now I'm crazy. Okay, Olivia. Olivia goes, what are you so mad about? What they're saying on Reddit? The internet is not our friendship. Yeah, I am mad because as a friend, I think you'd trust me. I've done nothing to hurt you. I don't ever want to hurt you or make you lose my trust. And then she goes, I asked if it was you, ? That's it. I'm not crazy for asking a question since we just spoke about it. And then Olivia goes, the only reason people are talking is because you made a video. And then G says, and you said I was hateful for not liking Tori. And Olivia goes, and it was obvious about me. Like, the video was obviously about her. Like, the video that was made in July 24th. And then G goes, when you were the one talking all the shit about her when she moved in, but that's not my business. It was about everyone. Her, quote unquote, which later, there's something that G doesn't say. She called me, and that's why I stood up for Olivia, and that's why Olivia got fired. By the way, let that be known, because
Let's not jump forward to so
I know,
we'll get
but
to that point.
I know, but I just want this to be known. Olivia was just wary because she was scared that I was a fan, but she even told me that she felt comfortable. So even if that was true, that's on her to communicate. And so,
which I didn't,
and you didn't.
Yeah,
but it ended up you trusted your gut and knew that I'm not fucking weird, bitch. I'm like, I love you, but I don't want to stalk you. But and then it goes, hateful for not liking Tori, and it was obvious about me. That's what she said. Then she said, when you were the one talking shit, but that's not my business. It was about everyone. Olivia goes, I don't care who you hate. They're not your friend. They're mine. Why does that matter? That is not your friendship. You are not And I don't know, she like doesn't do it again. That's weird.
Well, it's like, but to me, the difference between me and yours friendship and the me and G's is that I can come to you with things that you are doing wrong and be like, can you please work on this?
No.
Without you turning it around and being like, this is your problem, you're the problem, berating me, and then me feeling like I'm not, the situation's not going anywhere.
And well, the thing is I don't feel, because I struggle with that shit, because I do have borderline personality disorder. I have a lot of shit going on, and it is my responsibility. So when you say that shit, it's a trigger, and I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, and I've been like, okay, I need to walk away. That is like a huge thing. Like, I need to walk away. And you've given me the space to like develop that as well. But sorry guys, we were having a moment. But she started talking like this, and she was like, oh my God, this shit she's talked about you is so bad, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you don't, and I was like, I said, I love you, because I say that all the time, but I was like, I love you, but I don't believe that. I literally said it just like that. And she goes, you don't believe me? Ask Jay. Jay will tell you right now. And it's like, well, I don't trust Jay. Like, I don't like Jay. And she was like, okay. And she starts calling me biased. And I'm like, okay. And she starts talking about the Walmart incident. And I was like, you want to know, like, that was so far in my head. Like, we had that, once that was done, we never thought about it again.
Yeah, like that Walmart situation was so petite that it just didn't mean anything.
We don't fight. Like, and if we have an argument or a disagreement, we talk it out.
Never really
We really
fought.
don't. I love you.
Like, we've had our tiffs and stuff, but it's nothing like...
We always come back and we're like, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah, like, but it's never a scream out.
Never.
We've never cussed each other out. We've never
no.
said anything that we've had to, like, apologize for saying.
I never said fuck you before.
Yeah, I've never even had to apologize for shit that I've said. Like, it's mostly just been, like, a
like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said it that way.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I don't trust Jay either. And she scoffs, and she was like, well, I think that you're biased, and that she was like, and she kept getting frustrated. Oh, the money. That's where that whole money thing comes out of the podcast. So where Olivia was asking for more money and things were like drying up or whatever, that wasn't her opinion. I don't know.
Like,
Did you say that in the van?
At the beginning of this live?
Did you say that in the van?
No, I never even brought up the money. Like, I was frustrated about the 400 back then, but that was because of certain things. Like, I just...
The scenario.
I went from making like 1,000 to 400. I was late on bills because of it. Yeah. Like, it just put me under. But I never once complained about any of the money I made. Like, I made so much money last year, I had nothing to complain about. Mm-hmm. But in the long run... Not that much to complain about, in the sense of I had all my bills paid, everything was fine. No, you're fine. You are totally fine. But in the same sense, I was not getting paid enough because of the hours thing. If you go back to that and listen to that, like, I was not getting paid in the sense of, like, I was only getting cut at the 40 hours a week when I was working well over 40 hours a week. Yes. So that's where that comes into play.
And like, I said that I felt like she needed to be compensated for her time, and she was like, she kept being like, what is it? Like, she kept trying to get information out of me, like things that Olivia had told me in private, and I was like, I'm sorry, she has told me these things in private, like, I can't tell you. I've never verbally said that in my life. I verbally said that then, like, I said that, and then there was like
I was having problems with G. I was having problems with G, and I was choosing not to communicate with her about it because there was no communication that could be done. I think that there was just so much in her head that I couldn't go to her and bring up anything without it being a scream match and me not being able to get in what I needed said. So it just... Yeah.
I kept and I said, I feel like she needs to be compensated for her time. And she was like, she doesn't.
I never brought that up.
I gave her I have risked my reputation that I have built from the ground up by myself for her. Like, I have done so much for her, and I feel like she doesn't give a fuck. And I was like, I feel like maybe you need to, with your recent diagnosis, to go back on what she said in the van and rethink it. And she goes, no, Tori, I don't think it's my mental illness.
And it's like, this is the whole reason we're in this.
Yes,
spot,
and like,
you're not choosing to take.
I'm not going to like, when it came to her, I wasn't going to speak for her. I was going to stand up for her, but she needed to stand up to herself. She is her own fucking person. I know that. I don't be speaking for this bitch. I don't speak for her. Okay. She speaks for herself. I just remember this shit, like all of it. And she said that about, no, I don't think it's my mental illness. And I was like, why does my opinion matter? I kept telling her that. I was like, why does my opinion matter? I don't matter. I kept telling her that, like, my opinion doesn't matter. I was like, this is my opinion. I kept saying, this is my opinion. That is my opinion. I don't know what she feels, but this is my opinion. I feel that she's told you how she feels, and you need to go back and look at what she said to you. Like, I just kept, like, it was like this cycle.
Because she doesn't ever listen to what I have to say.
Yes,
she just immediately starts fighting.
It was a cycle, dude. It was a cycle, and I was like, I said, I don't believe that. And she goes, I feel like I don't even know Olivia anymore. And I was like, well, no, here's the thing. I was like, she was like, I think she got, I'm not trying to be like this, but I think she got jealous because I know my place in her life. I know my place as her friend because I have not done her wrong. I love her. We have this connection. Like, we know, like, I know my place as her friend because I, like, not earned, but it's just like,
we were so close.
I love you.
We were so close.
Like,
yeah.
For real, like, She was the only one that called me when my dad died. Do you know that? Do you know that? Like, she was the first friend I made after my brother died, which was before my dad dying. And then G goes online like, oh my God, it's all tragic. She never called me once. And I told her that on the phone, and I told her that in the laundromat that night, that she has been the only one that has ever called me to check on me with that shit. But I told her, I was like, I'm sorry that I was like, I know my place in her life, and I'm sorry that you don't feel the same. And I think that truly, as a friend, you deserve that, and I hope you find it. Like, I just kept, like, rerouting. She ended up thinking that I'm biased and hung up. And that was that. And then now you go to work.
The next day we go to class. I go to go start the class. And, you know, I talked to her that morning about the conversation that they had. And I go to work with her in the class. And before the class even starts, we both have to rinse these shirts. And so we go live. And instead of us, like I was already live, so she comes up there and stuff like that. And instead of, like, just getting off of live and talking about it, she decides to, like, you know, she goes live too. So we're standing in the same spot. I'm live, she's live. None of us are talking, okay? Like, it's kind of like I'm the only one that's really interacting. She's just mad rinsing. And it's like, you know, like,
feel the energy.
You could just feel the energy off of her. She was boiling. She was so mad. And so I, you know, we go on with the lives and stuff like that. And then the class happens. In the class, it was that same fake character that she's so good at creating, acted like everything was fine. I kind of believed that everything was fine, especially towards the end of the class, because, like, of how good the class went with both of us. And then, you know, the class ends. And me and her are upstairs. We're finishing rinsing up the class shirts that were made and stuff like that. And I told her, I was like, I can stay here and help you. You know, I always love you. I said that to her. I was like, you know, I always love you. Like, no matter what was said on that phone call between you and Tori, like, I will always love you. And she was like, F you. She basically told me, how dare you go and tell Tori about my mental disorder? How dare you go tell her that?
You're such a shitty friend.
You are such a shitty friend. Shit. Yeah. And it's like, calling me a piece of shit. Like, you are a piece of shit friend. After all I've done for you, you're going to go tell her about my mental disorder? It's like, you were the one that told her about the mental disorder in the laundromat that night. I didn't tell her anything. Like,
you were looking,
quite honestly, we never talked shit about you. I never went to her to be like, oh, look what Gabbie has. The only times I went to her was when I was, like, needing to vent about situations that was happening between us. Like, I never talked about your mental health with anybody.
No.
And it's like, I just felt so bad, you know what I mean? And so then you're like, you're the one that told her this. Like, how dare you? You don't give a fuck about this company. You don't give a shit. You're such a liar. You have done nothing but run my name into the ground. And it's like, all I did was go to Tori and just ask her, how can I fix these situations? And what can I do to fix these problems? And I'm sorry that Tori told you straight up. Like, I'm sorry that phone call didn't end the way you needed it to. And the only way you needed it to end is for Tori to take your side. And it's like, why does there need to be fucking sides?
Every time.
Every time. There has to be a side. Well, G was right, so we need to pick her side. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like every fight we had, there had to be a side that was picked and who was better at the fight and who won the fight. There always had to be a winning to the fight. It couldn't just be a mutual agreement to end things. And so I'm just shocked. I'm sitting there in front of her. She's berating me. She's cussing me out. Screaming at me that I had told Tori about all of this. And it's like, I didn't tell Tori about this. You told her about this in front of all of us at the laundromat. And it's just like, I don't know how she couldn't understand that. I'm a liar. I'm a big liar. Like, that never happened. And so she was just like, me and her just, kept getting onto each other. I wasn't screaming at her. I was mostly just quiet. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't even know why I was apologizing at the time. I had done nothing wrong. She was the one that decided to go behind my back as my friend and talk shit about me to her on the phone. And she told her what was up. And it's so funny because now she's like, oh, Olivia went and talked so much about me to everybody. Like, Olivia talked so much like shit about me to everybody. It's like, I didn't talk shit about you to anybody. It was really only to her. And your mother-in-law knew everything that had been going on. Of course your mother-in-law wasn't going to take my side. You're her daughter-in-law. She loves you. But she knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. She agreed with me with everything that was going on. Every conversation she agreed with me with. I mean, we had so many conversations. She was one of my best friends. Like, her mother-in-law was one of my best friends last year.
She loved her cigarette times.
Oh, I love spending time with her. And it made me feel good because her mother-in-law wouldn't take sides. Mm-hmm. She would just kind of help us guide us. And so I would go to her and just vent to her about these things too. And I was about everything. I was so honest with her. And
oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. And so we're standing there, and then her husband comes upstairs. G's husband comes upstairs. And he was like, you are so fucking pathetic. You are such a liar after all she's done for you. Like, wow, you must feel really good about yourself, Olivia. Look at you. And so I instantly cover my ears because after all the shit that they had done to each other and that I knew about him and everything, it was like, you have no right. The amount of respect I've given you as her husband and the things that you've done and she's done, you have no right to be coming up here when she's lied to you about this situation. Okay. Like, obviously you don't know what the truth is going on because her husband was never around ever. He was never around. Like, I probably saw him a total of 10 times on my hand last year.
I met him once.
Like, he was never around. He was always with the kids. So it's like, I just didn't understand why he had such an opinion, considering he was never there to see any of it. And then, he starts going off, and she's mad at him for going off on me because I could tell that obviously he was just being mean. He was being a bully. And it was like, it kind of made me...
It's just weird,
It was just so weird. Like, it was just like, why are you being like this? She's just like, oh, are you going to start crying? Is your big baby going to start crying, Olivia? Oh, because you're sad because you're such a liar? And it's like, oh my God, like, this is not how me and this is not how me and G were fighting. This is not how. Like, yes, me and G were having our problems and stuff like that, but you had no reason to come and cut in, and you were just being a flat out bully. You really were. So I left, and I drove to your mom's house, your mother-in-law's house. I had a conversation with her about what her son had done and stuff like that. And I just, again, told her, I was like, I just don't understand where I'm lying at. Like, I've done nothing. You know what I mean? And at that point, that's when V was just like, I think that it's best for maybe your friendship to end. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is maybe just never going to work out. There's never going to be something to pick out. And, I was like, no.
I feel like that's when it hit, though.
Yeah, that's when it hit. I was just like, no. Oh, well, then also, a couple weeks before this fight and everything, she had called me drunk at a bar, and we had been fighting for so long. This was the end to that, to the fight and stuff like that. This was like the end of the fight. So basically, she called me, and was drunk, and she was just like, I think for the best, for the time being, like, just for you to make some friends, Olivia, I just want you to make some friends. I think you should try getting a second job. And it's like, well, Gabbie, like, gee, how do you expect me to get a second job when I'm working 40 to 60 hours a week here? You know what I mean? Like 60 to 70 hours a week here. Like, how do you expect me to be doing this? And so it was just so, like, mind-boggling to me. And so from there, oh man, there's so many details. Anyway, I leave. I go to the mother-in-law's house. I am talking to her. She's like, I just think that there's just been so much chaos. Like, I had brought her up. I brought up the conversation that me and G had a couple weeks prior about me going to get a second job. And I was just like, G, that's just not going to work. I told her, I was like, I'm not going to go get a second job. Because to me on the phone, she wasn't like firing me or telling me that she wanted to quit. She was just telling me, like, I really want you to make more friends here. And I want you to, like, enjoy yourself. I think that, like, getting into a second job would be good for you. And it's just like, well, that really, we both agreed on that really wouldn't work, because, like, I have to, like, there's just so much work to be done here, unless you're going to hire somebody else to replace me for those hours that I'm out getting a second job. And so, again, that night I'm there, I go home, and the very next day I leave for my flight to go to Austin. I'm pretty sure. I think it was the next day.
It was like ASAP.
Yeah, I think I went to Austin either the day after or the day before. And I went to the wedding. I missed the class. I was still part of the company in some senses. It
wasn't official yet.
Yeah, it really wasn't official yet. And so because the conversation we had, she was drunk. And like, again, so at that point, I didn't even realize that I was like getting fired or anything. Like, I had no idea. Like, I was like, I kind of just thought everything was going on. Me and her had our differences since the class and stuff, like, or since that fight with her husband and stuff. Like, we just didn't talk. So I went to the wedding the very next day, stayed down there for a week. Didn't hear from her all week. She did the class. She, and it was just so funny that she did the class, and like, knowing the only reason she did the class on that date was to be spiteful of me, because I feel like for a long time she wanted to fire me, but she just never knew how. And so I think her way of trying to get me out of there was to not have me at the store opening, just to where she could like really branch off from it being me and hers, not brand. It was her brand all along. I never wanted any part of the business side of things. I never at all. But we had kind of built the social media presence, I feel like, of us being online together and like promoting these products. And like, she did so much for me last year financially, but you have to realize how much money I made her last year financially. Like, I promoted her videos so much. Like, oh my God, like, I was posting about her company all the time on TikTok, like, no questions asked. And yes, I was getting my $1,000 bonuses. I deserved those $1,000 bonuses. And I was making her way more than $1,000 a month. She was giving me a bonus of $1,000 a month to promote for her. I was making her upwards of sometimes thousands of dollars a day. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, I'm so grateful for everything she's done for me, but in reality, I have paid you back tenfold. You've made so much money last year. You became a millionaire last year because of this thing. You know what I mean? So it's just like crazy to me that like, I just felt really hurt. Like, I literally felt hurt. Like, I don't even know. So I go to the wedding. I come back from the wedding. I land and I text them about the next day, because I wanted to start back with work and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, what time do you want me to come to your house in the morning, V? And I sent it in a group chat. And then that's where G texts me the long text saying that she's firing me. If you go back and look for it on the internet, she's posted it. But she fires me. And so all I had left to say to her at that point was just like, thank you for the opportunity. I'm done. I just left it basic, because it was just like, wow.
What the fuck do I say?
What the fuck do I say? And first of all, like, just wow. Like, this is it. Like I'm done. Like, okay. Like, I've just sat here and tried to fight for a friendship after all the shit you've put me through all year. And then now I'm getting X from all this. And it's sad, because it was really a job that I love doing. And that's really what hurt the most about it, is that I had really built a little family within these people. Like, the mother-in-law, I loved her to death. And like, working with D and working with Jay and like with Zach, like, we had so much fun working together, all of us. And it's just, yeah, it was really sad. And so, I just didn't have anything to say after that. Like, once she fired me, I was just like, at that point, I was like, you know what? There was no friendship at all. She wasn't firing me over something that I did wrong. And like, yes, I did mess up quite a bit of things last year, but I was running on a fucking tightrope, and so did a lot of other people make mistakes. And that's what happens in companies, dude. Like, things happen, mistakes happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a part of the company. And like, I really wish that I could go back and like take more time to focus on things back then. And I'm sorry for that. I wish that I could go back and do those things. And it's just sad. It is really sad.
You got fired. And then this is when
I got fired. So I got fired. She sent me the text. As soon as I landed from the airport, and we had just gone home, me, her, and her sister-in-law, and what's it called? I was just angry. I was just so angry. Like, it was just like, oh my gosh. And then like I was thinking about like the homeless thing again, like the fucked up shit that we did, like selling those hoodies, and all these people believing in a lie. Like, it's like that I helped promote, you know what I mean? Like the fake shirts that weren't even ours that we had bought in, and then like the money for the thing. So I just felt like fucking shit. And then I had met Jay a couple times. I had met Jessica a couple times, and we went out together. We had drinks together one time. Like, she had come to multiple classes at that point. And she was also somebody that supported the company tremendously. A lot. Spent a lot of money on that website. She had almost every drop. You know what I mean? Like, that girl really did support the company a lot. And so it was hard after she had fired me to watch this girl that was so heavily involved financially with the company, in the sense of like, she was supporting our bills by buying these crew necks. I just felt bad, like
upset, man.
Yeah, like I just felt mad in the sense of like, I'm just gonna let this girl like continue to believe that all of this was real. Like, all of this was real. And so, God, one of my dumbest fucking decisions I've ever made in my entire life. One of the dumbest decisions.
I was a big dummy.
Oh my!
And then I should have just got off the call, but
God damn!
I thought homie was safe. Well, because I heard about her from multiple of the people that we've been speaking about.
Yeah, and she was super cool and stuff like that. And so I got on the phone with her.
I felt she was genuine.
Well, and I didn't even get on the phone with her. I feel like that night to be like petty and to like.
You just wanted to vent.
Yeah,
you were so upset.
And it's like, at this point, you didn't want to hear about it anymore. No. Like, I didn't really have. And so I vented to her. And then Tori ended up calling me halfway through the phone call. I added her to the phone call. And at this point, I was just venting to her about everything that happened. Because it was just like, still in my head, I was thinking like, well, did I do something wrong? Like, the entire time last year, like, it was like, what did I do wrong? And so like, I don't think that going to her and asking her was going to tell me what's wrong. Oh my God. Biggest, like, again, fucked up on that one. I should have never spoken to her.
It just sucks that she did that shit.
She illegally recorded the phone call, and then the next day posted that she was going to be going live at like some time to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And so I FaceTimed her, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
called her, texted her.
I blew her up. And so she finally answers. I'm like, please delete that off of Reddit. Like, you're not going live later. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you told me last night that like you were never going to, that this was private, and that we had like a really good phone call about it. And like, she, like, I was just like so blown. And she was like, well, I can't delete it off of Reddit. It won't let me delete it. And I was like, okay. I was just like, well, please don't go live later. Like, I'm begging you, please don't do this.
Begging. Like, we were begging her.
Oh, my text, dude.
You're okay.
I want to post the text on my story that I sent her that night. But
if there's any leftover things that we need to post, it's going to be posted on her Instagram story. Mm-hmm. Or her TikTok story. But she was like edging it. She went live on TikTok and she started saying shit. It wasn't even like, she would get some of it right and then some of it wrong, and then she just
distorted like a lot of
really
the words.
Just meshed it all to
if this together. Wouldn't like if she wouldn't have gone out and said anything, this probably wouldn't be out on the internet at all.
Yes, literally.
Like, this wouldn't be even a conversation that we're having today.
We would have just moved.
Yes. Should I have talked to her? No. I'm the person to blame. Like, I should have never gone to talk to her, but I was so blindsided by her going and like
doing that.
Like, it was like, I called her several times during the live, like, please stop. She even mentioned in the live that I had been trying to get her to stop. And it's just like there was nothing that I could do.
Nothing.
She was already spewing stuff, already saying things like, and at this point I had called her multiple fucking times trying to get a hold of her, like a ridiculous amount. And so she does what she does. G shows up to my door, banging on my door. Now, most people will be like, why wouldn't you talk to her? Why wouldn't you have a conversation to her? First of all, as somebody who can't have a conversation and can't take any criticism towards themselves, there was no point for that. She was just coming in there.
She had her camera up.
She had her camera up in the video camera. She was recording me. And so I didn't open the door. I saw that she was recording. If we were going to have a conversation, I don't need you recording. That's why I didn't open the door, is because like this is a conversation between me and you. I didn't want this online either. This is Jay's problem that she's putting out here and blasting all this information out online. She did that. And so, again, I shouldn't have fucking gone to her. And so she shows up to my door, G does, and with anger, punching my door, not punching my door, but just aggressively banging on my door. I'm not going to open the door to somebody that is in that manic state like that. I'm just not going to. Like, it's just not appropriate. It wasn't a good time to talk. And at that point, I wasn't even ready to talk to her. I had nothing to say to her. I lost all respect for how she had treated me throughout the year. And so I go... So that night, I didn't open the door. I didn't really say anything. I kind of just like kept to myself. I felt scared that they were going to try to show up again. So I slept in my closet that night because there was stuff that Jessica said on that live that I never wanted out on the internet.
I also wanted to be
like, there is so much shit that I did not want out on the fucking internet. What she said was the truth. But she also let it get mixed in with emotion. So she said things very fucked up. And that's I said true. Things that were fucked up. Yeah. I literally, No, I wasn't just venting to her. I was so mad that, it was past, I feel like, venting with Jay. I think it was more of just, I was so frustrated. And like, I finally had somebody to vent to about the problem in the situation. And like, biggest fucking regret in my entire life. And I'm sorry to everybody that I've hurt because of that decision. Like, it is fucked up. Mm-hmm.
But when she left her house, so when the thing happened where they had the big fight where you had to take V's car home because she left you there because,
at the laundromat.
Yes. Yeah. So that next night when Zach went and dropped off the clothes, she started talking about the drama. And she was like, you're not going to quit, right? You're not going to quit. And he was like, as long as I am not in the drama, I'm not going to quit. Like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. But he knew she was fake. Like, he knew. But Zach just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's very, like...
Stays out of it. He literally goes in. He does his job. He was a really good fucking employee. He was a better employee than me.
I'm going to be honest. He loved that job. I'm going to be honest. He did. He loved that job. But so after he told her, he was like, as long as I don't stay in the drama. And then, let me see. Then right after she gets out of her house, Zach gets a call. And then it rings like 3 times and then it hangs up. And then he receives this text. And I don't know if y'all can see that shit. It's like fucked. Okay. But it said, hey, Zach, I've got an employee contract for you to sign
in the morning. This is the night after Jessica's live.
Yes.
This is the night after Jessica's live.
Olivia has never signed an NDA as well.
Yeah, I've never signed an NDA.
Zach never signed an NDA either. I did not either. I don't know anyone else, but we did not. But... she goes, hey, Zach, I've got an employee contract for you to sign in the morning. I'll let you have some time to review it, and you'll also get a little bonus for signing. And Zach's not dumb. He knows that's hush money. He literally called it hush money. He's not going to take your hush money. That's literally what he said. He said, good morning, Gabbie. Sorry. I stopped by the shop this morning to turn in. Yeah, this is Zach. To turn in my key. I'm going to have to quit. All of this drama stuff has ruled my life for the past couple of months. I don't feel comfortable signing anything while all this is going on. I really wish it didn't end like this. I really did like the job. I just can't deal with all the drama on both sides, so I'm stepping away from the situation completely. I hope you understand. And she never texted him back, and then V texted him back. And that was it. And then I'm going to be honest, really, truly, one of the only petty things I did, and I don't regret it. I wonder, like, this was a stupid thing. This was when we were upset. I'm going to be honest. But this, I don't know if y'all can see it. It used to be on the wall.
No, it's a photo of all of us.
Yeah. And that's like just the vibe. Like we vibed. We tried.
All got along, yeah. During the classes.
Yes.
During the classes. Just during the classes.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just like, it's one of the things like, I will literally right now, I'm going to delete TikTok. I'm not going to delete my account because fuck y'all. But I'm deleting TikTok, the app, because I'm done. It's like not worth it.
Good for
like
you.
It's literally gone.
Good for you.
Because it's like
this entire situation has just been a fucking nightmare. Mm-hmm. And like, it's just like, I am again so sorry to anybody who has been hurt throughout this entire experience, but this is my truth. Like, I don't know what else to fucking say.
Yeah,
this is the last time that I'm going to be speaking on this subject. But this is entirely the truth. I've done nothing but spill the truth. I'm done. I'm done with this situation. It's hard to go about making videos. I still love doing my videos. I still love making them. I still enjoy making content so much, and I'm so grateful for all the people that, support me and watch my stupid videos. Like, yeah. I really am grateful, and I am also sorry to anybody. Like, I've definitely stopped posting this year, and it's for good reason. I feel like I got so caught up in that chaos of fame, and I needed to fucking humble myself a lot. And so I feel like stepping away from TikTok as much as I've done this year has been really good for me. But to continue doing TikTok and to continue making videos, I'm not going to just let this narrative of something that happened, that some girl decided to illegally record the phone call and put out, and then that just be the narrative to go on forward. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a bad person. I've made bad decisions. Don't get me wrong. I've made some horrible decisions, and I still have a lot of time and thinking to do. This isn't just going away in overnight or in a year. It's not. None of it's gone. I have a lot of things I still need to work on that I did wrong last year. I just want accountability for it on both sides. We both did wrong. You know what I mean? We both made horrible decisions as friends together. We both did. And I am sorry to you that I did that.
You enabled each other.
We enabled each other to so much chaos. And a lot of people are wondering, I guess recently, like, why I haven't reached out to her since to solve this over text or over the phone. And I'm sorry, but if you were there and you knew the type of friendship, me getting on the phone with her wouldn't solve anything other than me being put down again and me not getting a word in. I've tried so many times to voice my opinions to her without her wanting to listen. And you can only give somebody so much information that they don't want to hear before they just don't listen anymore. And so I've tried so hard to communicate with you and to try to tell you these emotions, and I'm not going to do it anymore. But I'm also not going to let you to continue to go online and paint me as this liar. I'm not a fucking liar. I have done nothing but tell the truth this entire time, and I want nothing more than the both of us to move on from this situation and to grow as people, into better people. We were horrible people last year. I want us to both be held accountable. Like, this is what it's coming to. I don't want to be painted as this fucking liar that's just making up drama for TikTok. I made fucking $28 off that video the other day. If I wanted fucking clout, I'd go fucking sell myself on the streets. You know what I mean? Like, I just so... I don't even...
This would have been a huge fucking, like, blowout if you wanted clout. I love you.
Yeah, like,
that's
if I wanted clout, like,
just, like,
if I wanted clout, I would have continued. I would have said something back in fucking March when all this happened. I was so scared of her still back then that the power that she had over me, it's like I couldn't do it anymore. And I really couldn't. Like, oh my gosh. And so, yeah, it's like, I'm not going to still go forward and make TikToks if I'm not going to be able to tell my truth. And like, now I feel like I finally have. And it's like a weight has been fucking lifted off of my shoulders, dude. Like, I've spent this entire year holding on to fucking shit that just like rotted inside of me. And it's like, we can't continue to both go on and make a living off of this social media app if we both can't take accountability for the mistakes we had while, you know, both building our profiles. We made so many bad decisions last year that, you know, like, it's just so crazy. You make that video the other week and you're saying like, oh, these weren't the shirts that Olivia's talking about. These are. And they're like these colorful green neon shirts. And it's like, that was in February. I'm not even talking about those shirts. The 2,500 crew necks that I'm talking about are the dyed green ones that got ruined in the yard that day. Like, it's like you continue to lie in these videos to try to back yourself up. And it's like,
they're coming on top of each other.
Yeah, it's like all these lies are coming on top of each other. And it's like, if you would have just told the truth from the fucking very beginning, none of this would probably be happening. And it just really frustrated me. And I think it all started to frustrate me really when you had went on to the live and either, I think it was like May or June. I don't even know when you went on that live with the famous husband's wife. Which,
Bunny.
Yeah, I have to say, like, both people that she did the podcast with and stuff like that, like the girl from MTV and then, you know, like both podcasts that were made and stuff, I'm really appreciative of the podcasters that did it because I feel like they both didn't really talk bad about me and they kind of just listened. And I appreciate both of them because I didn't feel like an anger towards them. It was just a singular fact that she went on there and played oblivious. Like this entire time she's been playing oblivious till like she doesn't even know why we aren't friends anymore.
Like, you're forgetting
we have no idea.
You're forgetting
like,
everything.
What? You don't know why we're not friends anymore? This is why we're not fucking friends anymore. All the shit that happened this year. And so I don't know. I'm just glad that tonight we were actually able to finally come on here and actually tell the truth. Like, fuck, dude. It feels
She's
like
gotten death threats, by the way. I hope you guys know that. Like,
well, a lot has happened this week. And, like, a lot of people have been sending me horrible messages, but, I mean, like, the truth hurts.
Yeah, truth hurts. Put a Band-Aid on it, boy. I'm serious. Like, I feel so much better. I'm going to be honest with you.
I feel so much better. It's like instantly, like after this conversation, I feel so relieved. But
I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you. And
I'm so proud of you.
We're proud of each other. Like, I think that we've just spent a lot of times this year just trying to, like, again, be better people going forward and to stay humble and to stay, you know, just grounded with ourselves and to, you know, not let drama rotate our lives. And so I hope from now on, this is the last time I'll ever be speaking on it, but I hope from now on that, like, I can continue to make videos and continue to take the accountability that needs to be taken for everything that went wrong last year. And I'm just, I want to say, I don't even know what to say. I just have...
I love you.
I love you too. It's just this whole situation's really hard. It really is hard. And, yeah.
Yeah, well, so I also... I'm just proud of you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
I, like... You guys, everyone's like, why the fuck is she telling her story? You guys did not have to, like, okay, first of all, when she cries, it comes out of fucking nowhere and her whole face contorts, okay?
I look like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, it's like fucked. And like, you guys don't get it. I've seen her cry so hard like that she's thrown up over stress. I am not joking. I am not lying. Like, I have every right to be mad for my friend. I have every fucking right to be mad for her. I love her so much and I know who she truly is. And I knew that. I knew you. And I never knew if I really wanted clout. Think about this, you guys. All you guys calling me a clout dick chaser. If I really wanted clout, wouldn't I have made friends with G? Wouldn't I have begged to have the position my boyfriend did? Like, you guys don't... I was put in a situation where I had no fucking money. And I was so mentally fucked that I needed anything to do.
Well, and then she paints you as this like stalker last week.
Crazy bitch. Do you know what?
And then yes, we need to get into that with your brother.
Okay, we're almost done, but my brother, I love him. I do not like him. We do not like each other. We love each other. I think he loves me. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Our family issues are not being brought up here. I'm sorry. I was going to talk about it maybe, but I'm not going to feel pressured to bring up my trauma because I just found out what happened in my childhood files, okay? That girl had no right. This whole situation that that girl that messaged G, she had no right because she came on my page and attacked me. And then defending my brother on a post that had no name. There was no fucking name. I did not call anyone out. She sends me a 20 comment thing talking about how she's going to be the person that I was supposed to be, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Your brother just misses you, this, that, and the other thing, but you're using him for clout. No, I am venting. The thing didn't even have anything to do with him. But once I posted it, I did know that it applied to him. It was talking about people that watch my TikToks, but they go and tell people I'm the bad person. And it's like, if the shoe fits, why would you blast him like that? And it's just really funny to me because this person is a social worker doing this, by the way. She works with kids. She went on my TikTok, a grown woman, 30 years old, came and attacked me on a post that had nothing, even if it did, it doesn't matter. I am 23. What are you doing stalking me? My brother, I had him blocked for a reason. And you want to know something? It's just so funny to me because I could have blasted my brother so bad and I didn't because I want him to do better. And I think he's doing great right now. I'm more proud of him than I could have ever been. So you go ahead and you be the sister that I never was. I never had the chance to be because I was stolen from my family. You go ahead, you be that person. Take care of the social, all the kids there in Kentucky. Take care of them. Take good care of them. I hope you give them what you weren't given and what I wasn't given and what my brother wasn't given. And that is why I have not reported you. And that's why I have not outed my brother because I love you, Ryan. And it just sucks because I don't want you to go through this, what she went through there, but you always choose the starving artist point of view. And you can go ahead. You would do great at tie-dye. At tie-dye. You do great. Go do it.
Go have fun.
Make friends. Do your thing. Because I don't care. I don't care. This literally had nothing to do with you. I don't know why you were brought into it. I'm sorry. I love you. Still not talking to you. But I respect you. I'm sorry, dude. She had no right to contact you. And
it wasn't. She didn't contact him. It was the friend that contacted her and reached out to her. And it's like she had no right talking about family instances, telling me that she's going to be someone that I never could be. Who the fuck are you? Do you know what she went through?
Do you know? My mother was stolen from me. I got her for 6 months before she died. And then I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm stopping. I call it quits there. I love him. That's done. You're out of this, Ryan. I'm not dragging you. I love you. That's all I have to say.
We've both never had anything bad to say about you at all. And
we've never even talked.
Me making that video last night towards her, I just felt bad because I genuinely thought that you had really didn't want to be blasted like that on the internet, nor did I know that you had been texting her behind that, and it was all just necessarily a lie.
She's done that to me, where she's posted a video without my consent, and then I have to go with it, bro.
I just felt bad in the situation. I had no idea that there was even more text beyond that between you two and all that had happened. I don't know why he was reaching out to me saying that he didn't want
leave
to be
it out of
involved.
it when he
was literally asking for a job. Like,
but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
crazy.
And yeah,
gosh, honestly, I feel like I'm done. I feel like that was everything that I needed to say. And if anything else needs to be posted and stuff like that, it's just going to be on my Instagram story.
But
I really think we have covered everything.
Yeah.
And this is fully the truth. I don't know what else to say, but this will be the last time I speak on this conversation ever again. Again.
That was it.
This was my fucking truth.
That was boom. That was it. Bye, guys.
I don't want nothing to do with her. I want nothing going forward. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to even listen, even if you guys aren't on here supporting. The fact that you actually listened all the way through, and instead of just hearing clips and bits, that's much appreciated, because I feel like that's where it gets distorted the most, when it is clips and bits. So to everybody that's actually watched and listened, whether you are leaving here happy with me or not, thank you again for listening. And
be kind.
Be kind to each other. Stay fucking humble. Bro, humble yourselves.
Stop fucking lying.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Like, don't lie. Everything, lies just come back in full circles with everything. And it is not good for the health. It is not good for that mental health of yours to lie. We need to go to bed. I have work in the morning.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Olivia's new name is My Little Liability. Where am I at right now? I'm at Olivia's house with a coffee for her, a coffee for me, and a Squishmallow for Tori, so that I can say that I'm sorry. So anyways, last night Olivia gets drunk as shit at a Halloween party, as she should, live her best 22-year-old life. I was in the house going to bed because I have kids and shit. Well, anyways, so she gets drunk as shit at this Halloween party, goes on live, starts talking about how she's unsafe, and somebody's calling her the F-slur. So I call her like, bitch, what the fuck do I need to come get you? Me and her get into an argument on the phone because she's always putting herself in these positions, and she's drunk as shit 40 minutes away into Ohio, and I'm gonna have to go fucking get her now. Well, anyways, I didn't have to go get her. She took an Uber home, but whenever me and her were on the phone arguing, Tori butted into me and her argument, and so I started yelling at Tori, and then Tori started crying, and she's like, don't yell at me, I have autism. So now here I am, picking up Olivia to drive her 40 minutes to her car so she doesn't have to get a $50 Uber. So what is she? My little liability. And on top of it, I got into a fight with Tori, so now I have to go say sorry. Fuck my life.
Feel like Tori talked way more than we all cared to listen. I feel like a lot was left out. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section.